there, Aquarius. It's Trudy with Virtual Tarot, and I am here to read for you for the month of January 2017, and here we go. First card to come up for you, you're going public with something. And so if we're doing a love reading here, that means for some of our Aquarians, you're going to go public. You're going to let your friends know. You're going to tell your relatives. You're going to go on Facebook and update your relationship status. You're going to let everybody know that you are getting it on. So that's pretty cool. Again, this card's interesting because you got a posse that's following you. And again, for Aquarius, you're a leader, you're a thought leader, and that makes a lot of sense. So again, if this is about relationship, people are following you and they do believe in your choice and they do stand behind you, and that means that you're able to take whatever it is that you're doing, because I sense that there's something that you're doing here that you want to move forward with into the new year. You've decided to be a leader in a new way. You're coming out of the box in a new way. So whatever you have been doing or were doing in 2016, you're doing it differently this year. And you have been given accolades from the previous year, so that means that you can take those accolades forward, move into a new direction. And that's pretty neat. Next card to come up for you is the 8 of Rods, and it's upside down, interestingly enough. This is about communication, and sometimes it's called the arrows of love. You can see this is the card of Mercury. This is about shooting it out there and just kind of letting the arrows fly, and those arrows could actually represent a lot of things within a relationship. That arrows of love metaphor could represent communication within the relationship that's not when in flight isn't directed toward the mark. So for some reason you're communicating out, Aquarius, but the communication isn't hitting properly, or they're not hearing you. Perhaps they're hard of hearing even, or they're tired, or they're worn out. Something's going on here where the communication isn't getting through. So does that mean that you need to be a little bit more strategic in terms of when and where and how you communicate? Maybe instead of verbal communication, it should be written communication. Or maybe the timing is off. But there's some communication that needs to happen here that isn't happening at the highest level of efficiency, let's just say. So if you're in relationship, again, you're trying to go public with something that you're doing that's important to you, and that people are standing behind you and ready to support you, but you're trying to get someone on board, and that's a challenge because they're not hearing you. They're not hearing what you're saying. Now we have the Wheel of Fortune coming up for you. So this is about timing, and it's funny, we just mentioned that. The Wheel of Fortune really has to do with luck and the karmic wheel and timing, father time. And so basically it looks as if it's not time right now for you to try and move, if you're in relationship, somebody to your thought pattern. You're very excited and you're putting all of this out there, and it seems kind of mundane actually, but you want to move forward with something and you're trying to communicate that out, and it's just not hitting the mark. And that can only be because their clock is off, their timing is off, your timing is off, and you're trying to speed the clock up because you're just ready to go and get public with something. Now, if you're looking to get married even, and that can also, a lot of times we'll see this card and it has to do with going public, like with an engagement. this reading is saying that going public at this moment, it may not be the right time. It's just a delay, and that if you try to push it too hard, you may have issues between the two of you. It seems as if one person is trying to show the world that this is who I am, and the other person isn't hearing them. And then so it feels more like a single person and not a couple too. So watch out for that as well. You don't want to go public with something alone, right? So that is coming up. Okay, so I do see the last card. It's the Four of Cups. So there's this kind of standoffishness going on as well for Aquarius. So, but it's reversed. So also that's better in the reverse. The Four of Cups speaks to someone who isn't sure that they want to take an offer. And this offer can be a lot of different things. It can be sort of like a makeup session, like, I want to make up with you. I'm sorry that I wasn't hearing you. Please allow me to make up with you. And you're like, I don't know, I'll think about it. But then reversed, you're going, oh, well, you know what? I think I'm more open to that, actually. I've thought about it. And that seems like a pretty good idea. So it seems as if, if you're in a relationship and you're trying to go public with something that the two of you are doing, for some reason, and you want to tell the world about it, for some reason, you can't come out as a couple about it, it seems, because it seems that the timing, like they don't believe that the timing is right. But then there's this sort of opening, this sort of softening, to getting on the same page, and they're trying to perhaps draw you back in. And now this, and I'm hearing this can be about a lot of things, because it is really about communication, and that's what I'm seeing here. It's like Spirit advising our Aquarians on communication and on this independence, which is very Aquarian, actually. This idea that I'm just going to do it my own way, I'm going to do what I want to do, and then I'll tell them about it later, or I won't tell them about it, or I'll tell them about it when I know that they're not paying attention, even, because I just want to do my own thing. But what happens when you do that, Spirit is saying that it delays everything. It sort of stops forward motion. It stops the wheel. It stops the timing of what you wanted to do in the first place. And if that makes sense to any of you, that's great. But at the end, actually, there is this opening up to this offer. So if that's you, or if that's your partner, one of you is going to try and make up with the other one, and that's coming toward the end of the month. Again, if you're looking for love and you're getting out there, communication can be a bit of a problem. And so there's a lot coming at you. That's what I see. If you're out there and you're online, you're going to see a lot of profiles, and they're not going to mean too much to you. And that can actually make you feel as if you're never going to get anywhere with this dating thing. But what I do see is that in the very end, someone comes to you who you had not perhaps, and this is organic, this isn't even online thing, this is someone you've met. They come to you and you're like, hey, maybe I will go out with you. I didn't really think I wanted to, but maybe I do. And you're gonna warm to this person. It's pretty cool. So don't get frustrated if you're online and you're looking at all these profiles, because it can get daunting. You just don't know. You're public, you're out there, and stuff's flying about and it's missing its target, but don't worry too much about that. So unexpectedly, and I want to end on this because we do have this card, the Wheel of Fortune. And so I just want to say that, the wheel goes up and the wheel goes down. And this is very normal. This is kind of how we're supposed to experience life, because when we're on top of the wheel, there's no place to go other than down, and when we're down, there's no place to go other than up. And so wherever you are on the wheel, don't feel as if that's a negative or a positive. I want to say that right now, because in relationship, if you're not at the very tippy top, you're still learning things when you're over here. And some of the best lessons happen down here. And the greatest spot to be is here, because you know you're only going up. So I do want to say that that's what they're telling me right now. And that's relationships for you. They are never the same from day 1 to, you know, day 2 or day 200. And so that is something that I'm hearing. Now, if you feel as if the wheel is stuck, if you guys are stuck and that you can't feel the joy, feel the love that you'd like to feel with your partner, that wheel becomes unstuck by the end of the month. And so don't give in to feelings of frustration because you can't communicate this thing out. It's actually going to resolve itself in a small way. It's not gonna be a grand gesture, but it's in a small way. You'll warm again. And now for the Aquarians who are in happy relationships and everything's going great, and there are plenty of you out there, this can mean that timing, trying to get out there with a new business, the two of you, trying to go public, trying to make it happen. January may not be the time. It may be too early in the year to do that. And so maybe save back some of this publicity that you were intending to put out there. Save it back a little bit, more toward March, I'm hearing, or April, when things are opening up. People are more open to whatever it is that you're promoting. And I'm feeling as if what you're promoting may have something to do with it's connecting on a heart level. So whatever you're doing, Aquarius, you're trying to bring people in. You're trying to get them to come to you, and that can mean that maybe even you have a YouTube channel, or you have you're trying to get subscribers. You're trying to get people to warm to you, to get to know you. And if you feel as if it's not happening right now, sometimes it takes time. And so hang in there, because the more communication you put out there, and again, I'm going to read this in this way, the more likely you are to hit your target, and eventually you will. So that's what Spirit's saying. Bless you, Aquarius. Thanks for coming. If you'd like a private and personal reading, please go to myvirtualtarot.com, purchase a reading. I could see a couple readings here. One would definitely be a love relationship reading, and then the other one would be a business reading. Because I can see that this could be joint, this could be a joint effort. And so go there and send your questions to me at myvirtualtarot@gmail.com. I really appreciate your viewership. Watch if you would, please watch your year-long reading. And there's one card for every month, and I created these a few weeks ago, and they're really, really good. Spirit really came and for a nice visit for a long period of time. So don't miss that. Thank you very much. I'll see you in February. Namaste.